Okay, among many other things, including a couple of dishes that need to be done, I am going to be washing our fabulous new Frugal Friends keychain board. I'm going to get it washed up, dried, probably sand it just a teeny bit, just so that the spray paint will adhere better. I do have that kind of gold spray paint that I've used on a couple other projects, and I'm thinking I don't mind so much if I use that and, kind of cover the hooks, because it's basically what's already going on here anyway. They're gold. All right, so the spray paint has dried and I think it looks pretty good, but I remembered that I have this glitter dust spray. It says, let's see, paper, floral, and fabric crafts, but I'm thinking I want to add it to our board just for a little extra pizzazz. So when I found it, the seal was still there and the lid inside had come loose, and that was why it was thrown away. So of course I took the lid off and took this lid off and put the little sprayer thing back on, and it works just fine. So I'm going to add some glitter dust to this, and then we'll go from there. While the board is drying, we're going to start on a few other things. So I got up in the attic, used a handy basket to bring a bunch of supplies down. We have the Mod Podge. There's some left in here that we found in the public school bins last summer. Then I have a little bottle of it that I got at the dollar store like months ago. Then I knew that I had some kind of magnet tape from the bins. I just had to find it. It was in my tote of other kinds of tapes. So anyway, I'm thinking we will add a few strips of this magnet. There's not a whole lot, but I'm thinking I do want to add some of it in between the rows of hooks that the keychains will hang on. And as we fill our magnet board, this awesome magnet board that we got out of the dumpster, as we fill this, then we'll have another place to put the magnets that you guys share with the Frugal Friends and Family. All of the magnets on here are from the dumpster, except for this one that we just got at Disneyland, and this one that we bought at the Yuma State Territorial Prison in Arizona. All the rest of them are from the bins, and we plan to fill this in, and it's, with how colorful it is, and especially next to this gorgeous orchid, it's something of an art piece in my opinion. Anyway, so we'll fill that in. Isn't that funny? There's a Seattle magnet, and that's where I'm taking Mariah in August, one of our next big adventures. Anyway, we'll fill that in, and then as that gets filled in, we will also fill the magnet strip on the keychain board. And I'm thinking we can also add possibly, I don't know, can you use like spare magnets that just, like that you get like on the phone book? I wonder if those will be strong enough if we glued them backwards onto the board, if we could also attach magnets that way. We'll test it. We'll see. Anyway, so there's those. And then once we're done with those, once we've filled that in with magnets, this is me being really optimistic, then we can always put some on the fridge. Then I also got down this cording that is, of course, from the bins. I have a basket full of ribbons and cords from the bins. And on top of the keychain board, there are two hooks, one at each end. And so I'm going to tie this around those two and use it to hang the board. I also got down one of our dumpster skewers, and I'm going to see if we can use it with this whirligig pinwheel that we found in the bins this last weekend. So let's just see if that fits, and it does. It fits perfectly. That's fantastic. So I'm going to get out the glue gun and heat that up so that we can get this done and put into the yard, as it is a pleasantly breezy day, and so it's perfect. Then, while we have the glue gun out, we will go ahead and repair all of these gift bag handles. Also, I was able to clean up all of the glass from those 2 candles that were in the dollar store bins. So we're gonna see if one of these will fit in. Let me grab it and I'll show you. This is the candle holder that I was telling you guys about. We found this a couple months ago, I guess it was, and it still had some candle left, and we burned that up and it was lovely. And so now there's just this empty candle holder, kind of a mason jar with this lovely raised kind of bubbly texture to it. So either of these will work perfectly. I'm just going to smell them. Yummy. And ooh, I like this one better. I mean, they're both yummy, but this is very fresh. I have no idea what you call the fragrance, but I would say it's something similar to like fresh linen, kind of that fragrance. It does have some glitter on it because of the glitter that had spilled out in all of those dollar store things. So we will just plop that in there. And then when that one has burned, we can put that guy in there. So those will definitely go to good use in the bathroom. Okay, so I've got the glue gun heating up on this old piece of book cover, and I got down, while I was in the attic, I got down all of these busted up old books. There's some really awesome ones. Look at this awesome Disney we've got here for my Alice in Wonderland book. And I have had these for years now. I found them, of course, in the dumpsters. Look at all these great Disney print pages. Lots and lots and lots. And I've thought, what in the world am I going to do with these? Many times I thought, oh, I could sell them, you know, as like a crafting lot on eBay, something like that. But I never did get around to doing it. Here's some really good old Sesame Street. Never did do it. Well, finally, I was up there getting the stuff I needed for today's projects and noticed these, and I was like, Julie, it is time. Let's figure out what we're going to do with these. I have the time today to do it. Let's just do. So, this is funny, this Sweet Pickles. We had this book when I was a kid. We had tons of these Sweet Pickles books, so that's fun. Anyway, so we're going to explore with this a little bit today. We're going to see. I have a few canvases, the ones that we found at the student housing, and I'm wondering if we could Mod Podge, if we end up with enough, some kind of, I don't know what it'll end up being, but some kind of piece of art. Then I got down a bunch of this cardstock, this purple cardstock. I am going to cut it down because it's quite long. I'm going to cut them down, and these will be the pages in the Frugal Friends and Family binder. So this is the binder that I wanted to show you guys on last night's mess of a live stream. Didn't end up being able to do that, so here it is now. It is just one of the many, many binders that I have found in public school bins in the summertime. I find millions of them, and I sell them like 4 for $1 at my yard sale or on like the Facebook indoor yard sales. And so I got this one for me. It's a little wider than kind of a standard. That's me being optimistic again. And it did already have pages in it, which is great. So we're going to cut down this paper and fill in these pages. And that way, when you include, as our dear friend Ginger Witch did, when you include little notes or images or whatever it is that you're including with those gifts that you decide to share with the Frugal Family and Friends, we will be able to put those on these pages. And then the little white stickers, where did I put them? I will get them out. But the little white round stickers that we found in the dollar store bins, I'm going to put one on each page with a number, like this will be number 1, and then have a corresponding sticker with the same number next to the actual keychain on the board. That way we'll know, oh, well, that's number 1, so that's number 1 in here, and we will know who is who and what is what. Okay, so Ginger Witch, my darling, I have gotten your little notes, printouts in there. We just need to add the little number stickers. I've left room here because I'm thinking I might bring back some of my old scrapbooking skills and add some like appropriate stickers and stuff just to, you know, add a little more flair. We have tons of stickers that we have found in the bins over the years, and I'm thinking where this is, you know, Great Britain themed and ocean themed, as was the keychain that you sent us. I'm thinking we will add some similarly themed stickers or die cuts, whatever, some decorations to embellish this. I got all these other pages put in. I cut the papers and plopped those in there. So those are ready, my frugal friends, for when you send us any other postcards, keychains, magnets, or spoons, collectible spoons, and any notes or things that you include with them will go in this binder. So what we need to do now is, number one, put away a few things. I like to have a, tidy workspace when possible. And then we are going to start Mod Podging the outside of this. My one concern here, what I'm wondering is, because it has this lovely plastic sleeve, I'm wondering if we shouldn't just cut a piece of cardstock, decorate that, and just slip it inside of the protective sleeve. That would, of course, eliminate the need for the Mod Podge, but that's okay because we can just use the Mod Podge on this project. I don't know. I'm not sure. And then we have the issue here that there's, the writing on here. That's no big deal, though. We can just use some nail polish remover, and that will come right off. Thoughts. The thing is, I really want to Mod Podge it, though. I've really been excited to try that because I've never done that before. So, tough choices. Because if I Mod Podge just onto this plastic sleeve, I don't think that's going to be a good idea. So then that means, I might have to cut off all of this plastic, which seems kind of weird, kind of silly. By the time you see this, I will, of course, have decided what the heck I'm going to do. Okay, so I had gotten out the nail polish remover. I tried removing the name that had been on here on the plastic sheeting. It wouldn't come off all the way, so I decided that was a sign, and I went ahead and cut off the plastic sheeting just on the binding, all right, just on that side. Then I got out some dumpster brushes. Aren't these fabulous brushes? And I am going to just, for starters, just to see how it goes, I am going to Mod Podge just the spine, just this part, and see kind of how I enjoy it, how it turns out, what I think of it, and then from there, we'll decide if we want to go ahead and remove the rest of the plastic sheeting, or if we want to just make a sheet, on cardstock and slide it into this protective sheeting. I don't know. Okay. Here are the 3 canvases that we found, and sorry to the artist, but we are going to be covering them, Disneyfying them. But of course, if you threw them away, I don't think you really cared that much, right? So let's jump in. Okay, frugal friends, we are just about done with what we're going to be able to do today. I'm still not done with everything, but I do have plenty that we can at least report on. So this is one of those canvases, and I cut out a bazillion different images from all of those different books that we salvaged. What I'm thinking at this point, I want to do something around the edges, but I don't know what. So stay tuned for that. I repaired the gift bag handles, got all of those handles fixed. These 2, I did not put handles. What I did do was cut out some of the pictures from those books and just glued them on, one with the number 6 and one with the number 8, and the pictures that kind of went along with those on those pages. I'm thinking these would be fun for 6th and 8th year birthdays, for friends, neighbors, nephews, nieces, whomever. So I did those, and then I will take a hole punch and some ribbon that kind of matches, and we'll make handles with those. That was another fun one to do. Then, okay, so those are all done. I ended up gluing this page onto the smallest piece of canvas, but I'm not sure yet how I want to finish it off because the page wraps around the sides, but not the top and bottom. Suggestions, ideas? I could frame it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Then I saved this back cover from the Disney book that has the Alice in Wonderland stuff on it, and remembered all of these cute little stamps that you're supposed to put onto like acrylic blocks and then put ink on them and use them. But I was thinking all these little tea set looking things really go with the whole Alice in Wonderland kind of theme. And so I'm thinking maybe I will color them on the back and then just glue them on as like little 3D type embellishments and then figure out some kind of framing for this. We'll see. Stay tuned on that one. And then we still have the biggest canvas. I do not know yet what I want to do with that, but I was kind of all crafted out for the day. All right, so this is probably a temporary location, but here is the Frugal Friends keychain board, all done. There is our very first Frugal Friends keychain, and it's hung with the cording and with a door hook that is, of course, from the bins. I had put the magnet strips on here, but I just did not like the way they looked. I thought it was really tacky, so I took those off, but then to cover up the glue, the hot glue that I had used there and it had to tear off, which tore off a little bit of paint, I grabbed all of these old wooden rulers that are, of course, from the bins and just glued those on. And I don't think that it is too busy or detracts too much. In fact, I think it adds, I don't know, some character, and I'm just really happy. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I'm glad I added the glitter spray. I don't know how well it's showing up on video, but it's really pretty in person. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this hanging on the bathroom door because I'm afraid that as you're opening and shutting the door that it's going to get all banged up and some of the stuff might fall off, like the keychains. I don't know. My reason for having it up high is I was thinking about it, and the kids, all these fun little baubles hanging there, they'll be very tempting, you know, and especially like little neighbor friends and whatnot that I haven't talked to about it. It could be very tempting. So that's why I put it up high for the moment. So for now, it is hanging here on the bathroom door until I find a better place. Cannot wait to get this filled up with all of the fabulous Frugal Friends keychains from all over the world. One issue I still have is that it's lopsided. Whoever made it, you know, put in the hooks and whatever, this side is significantly slimmer, narrower than this side. But what I'm thinking is on this side, we could use some of the foam letters, I have mountains of them, and put like Frugal Friends or something like that. But I didn't want to jump to doing anything today. I want to come at it with, you know, fresh eyes and fresh crafting energy, and your suggestions, of course, for what we'll do right there. It's just a little lopsided, and I don't love that. And so, I don't know. What do you guys think? And finally, this is the binder. So what I did, I cut up some of our Pixarfest shopping bags from things we bought at the park. I cut up some images from out of that Disney book that we salvaged. I cut up things out of this promotional thing I got in the mail from the Disney Visa. And I cut up the maps, the guide maps from the park. And then, of course, threw in a whole bunch of our fast passes. The back of this is actually a page. You can see Wendy's head in there and a little bit of her brother. It is a page, a whole entire page from that Disney book, and then I just started adding to it, and I am very happy with it. I think it's a fun little memento, little souvenir, reminder, scrapbook, collage style of our Disney vacation. Then, because of how it turned out, so I obviously left the plastic sheeting on here, but not on the spine. What I ended up adding were, there was a fast pass and then some pieces from the guidebook. I used this ribbon to cover the space in between, and this is, of course, ribbon from the craft store bins. And then this is more ribbon from the craft store bins. And on the back, I just did one whole page, had to trim it, but one whole page from that salvaged Disney book. So there's that. And then inside, of course, we have the pages. I have yet to do any more decorating on them, but I did get the first number sticker on there, and we'll put more on each one and put the corresponding numbers on here and on the keychain board. And then just so that, you know, I could get these things put somewhere, I just put them inside the inside cover. Hopefully they will not get destroyed. These ones are covered by the plastic here, but these are not. But I thought it was just a fun way to display them for our own purposes. And I also, well, that's an extra page, but with all the little white circle stickers so that I know where they are. And then, yeah, these are some of our tickets. They're the one-day passes for the parks, and then a cute little picture that I cut out of, I don't know, I think it was out of the Disney Visa promotional pamphlet, and then some more of our fast passes. I am really happy with the way this turned out. I cannot wait to fill it up with memorabilia from our Frugal Friends and Family. I think it will be fantastic, and then as we go along, I will probably do some kind of scrapbooking embellishment to the notes and cards and printouts and whatever that are sent along with keychains, etc., etc. That is where we have ended up with my crafting for the day while the kids were at school. I am super pleased with how it turned out. It was exactly the kind of rest and relaxation that I needed after last night's stress. Our disastrous live stream where one of my children who was supposed to be somewhere decided to not be there, and there was all the drama of tracking them down and everything that went with that, of course, right in the middle of the live stream. Thank you all for your patience and continued support and kindness. I do not know when we will be doing another live stream. I had to talk with my husband about it, and yeah, we will have to set it up. It is not fair to you guys, to the kids, or to me to just count on the kids tending to themselves while we try to do a live stream. So my husband and I are going to try to coordinate our schedules to make that happen. So stay tuned for that, but it will be a little while before we do attempt another live stream. So there you go. That's that. That's our crafting and getting caught up for the day. Here's the thing, guys. Remember, you can have all the greatest intentions in the world and wonderful projects in mind with the things that you salvage and save. But if you don't ever actually realize those crafting projects and intentions, then you're just having clutter. And that is just stressful and does not bless yours or anyone else's lives. So find time, make time. You'll be glad you did. It's very therapeutic, very cathartic. Get your glue and your scissors and get to work. And please let me know what you have created, whether through Instagram or Facebook. Let us know. We would love to see what you guys are working on. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you on Sunday as I will be doing tons of diving, and I'm sure we'll have marvelous, fabulous things to report on. Bye.